In today's world, we are constantly surrounded by change and uncertainty. Economic shifts, political turmoil, social transformations, and personal struggles all contribute to the feeling that life is becoming more turbulent by the day. Technology advances at an astonishing rate, bombarding us with an endless stream of news, both good and bad, while societal expectations and daily pressures weigh heavily on our hearts and minds. Many of us have, at some point, wondered, why is life so full of challenges? Some might ask, when will the world finally find peace? But if we take a moment to reflect, we will see that the external world has never truly been peaceful. Throughout history, there have been wars, the rise and fall of empires, natural disasters, and plagues. The world has always been in motion, never resting, never still. Therefore, the real question is not, when will the world calm down, but rather, how can we find inner peace amidst the world's chaos? The Buddha once taught, the world is filled with turmoil, but the wise learn to cultivate stillness within. This profound teaching reminds us that peace is not something we must wait for. It is something we must create. Instead of hoping for the world to quiet down, we can train our minds to remain calm, no matter how turbulent our surroundings may be. Today, we will explore how to find serenity in a world that never stops moving. The world is beyond our control, but our minds are not. One of the fundamental truths of Buddhism is impermanence, anicca, the understanding that nothing stays the same forever. No matter how hard we try to control our circumstances, the world will continue to change. Economies will rise and fall, societies will evolve, relationships will shift, and even our own health will fluctuate. A lesson from the Buddha's time in the ancient city of Savatthi, there lived a wealthy merchant named Mindaka. For years, his business flourished, bringing him great prosperity. But when an economic downturn struck, he lost much of his wealth. His family, once accustomed to luxury, fell into despair. Yet Mindaka himself remained composed. He understood that wealth, like everything else, is fleeting. It comes and goes according to conditions beyond our control. One day, the Buddha spoke to him, saying, "A wise person sees change as a natural part of life. Neither prosperity nor hardship lasts forever." Hearing this, Mindaka taught his family to accept reality instead of clinging to the past. A parallel in today's world throughout history. We have seen great entrepreneurs and leaders who built empires, only to lose everything overnight due to financial crises. Some, unable to accept change, fall into despair. They blame themselves, cling to past successes, or sink into depression over what has been lost. But there are also those who embrace impermanence, seeing setbacks as opportunities to grow and rebuild. These individuals tend to experience greater peace because they do not resist the natural flow of life. If we recognize that change is inevitable, we will not waste our energy resisting it. Instead, we will learn to adapt, to let go of what we cannot control, and to flow with life rather than against it. Peace comes from within, not from external circumstances. True peace is not found in a world without conflict, but in a mind that remains undisturbed by it. A story of inner strength. One day, the Buddha's chief disciple, Sariputta, was walking through a village when a man, filled with anger, began hurling insults at him. Yet, Sariputta remained calm, unmoved by the man's words. After a while, the man, puzzled by Sariputta's lack of reaction, asked, "Why do you not respond to my insults?" Sariputta gently replied, "If someone offers me a gift, but I do not accept it, to whom does the gift belong?" The man hesitated before answering, "To the one who offered it." Sariputta smiled, saying, "In the same way, your harsh words are yours alone, unless I choose to accept them." Hearing this, the man was struck with realization. His anger dissolved, and he later became a follower of the Buddha. How this applies to us in today's world, where criticism and judgment are amplified through social media, it is easy to be affected by the words of others. Unfair accusations, harsh comments, and thoughtless opinions can leave us feeling hurt and overwhelmed. But if we train our minds not to internalize negativity, just as Sariputta did, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering. No matter how chaotic the world is, if we choose not to let it invade our minds, we can maintain our inner peace. The power of mindfulness is the key to maintaining a calm and balanced mind. It allows us to be aware of our thoughts and emotions without being consumed by them. A lesson from Ananda, the Buddha's disciple. One day, Ananda came across a man in the midst of a violent outburst. He was shouting angrily, throwing objects, and causing destruction. Ananda approached him calmly and asked, "Are you aware that you are angry?" The man, caught off guard, stopped and replied, "Of course, I know I am angry." Ananda then said, "If you are aware of your anger, you have a choice. You can let it control you, or you can observe it without letting it consume you." Hearing this, the man gradually calmed down, realizing that he had the power to decide how he responded to his emotions. Applying this to daily life, we all face moments of frustration, whether from a difficult coworker, a stressful commute, or unexpected setbacks. If we lack mindfulness, we may react impulsively, saying or doing things we later regret. But if we practice awareness, we gain the ability to pause, take a deep breath, and respond with wisdom rather than emotion. Mindfulness empowers us to stay centered in the face of life's storms. Letting go. The path to true freedom. Letting go does not mean giving up. It means freeing ourselves from attachment to things we cannot control. The story of Kisa Gautami, a woman in ancient India, lost her only child. Overcome with grief, she carried his lifeless body from house to house, desperately seeking someone who could bring him back to life. At last, she went to the Buddha, who told her, "Bring me a mustard seed from a household that has never known death." Hopeful, she visited every home in the village. But in every household, there had been loss. Slowly, she realized that suffering is a part of life that no one escapes. With this understanding, she found the strength to let go of her grief. She later became a devoted disciple of the Buddha, achieving inner peace through wisdom. Learning to release what no longer serves us. Many people struggle to let go of past relationships, regrets, or disappointments. They cling to memories, wishing things had turned out differently. But those who embrace acceptance, who understand that everything in life is temporary, find freedom. Letting go is not about forgetting the past. It is about freeing ourselves from the pain of holding on. Conclusion: cultivating peace in a chaotic world. The world will always be unpredictable, but our minds do not have to be. By embracing impermanence, practicing mindfulness, and letting go of what we cannot control, we can find peace amidst the storm. Remember, true peace is not found by silencing the world, but by silencing the disturbances within.